news aggregators out there, and these are freely available on the internet. So it's very, very easy to get traffic and to get visitors through news sites than it would be trying to get traffic directly to a sales page or an opt-in page that you just that you set. And this is nothing new. Advanced marketers have known for some time that there's a boatload of traffic to be gained from going through news sites. The problem is no one really knows or no one really shows you how to target the traffic, how to get to the point where you can take the news traffic, take advantage of it, and target it in such a way that it's it's just tailored for your niche, so that the traffic is targeted for your niche. And that's exactly what this blueprint tactic is going to show you how to do. How to pull and extract hordes of traffic, targeted traffic from news sites, and pour it into your site. I know one of the first things that I was thinking when I first heard about something similar to this method was, well, how in the heck can you take a non-newsworthy site or a landing page even, and pour newsworthy news-related traffic into it and make the traffic convert or make the traffic worth your time? And it wasn't until the young man in our coaching club brought this to our attention that we realized how exactly to do this in a way that the targeted traffic is active and they convert, because they're looking for things that are right in their demographic. And that's what we're going to show you as well. The overall big picture, let's say. The overall big picture is that you're creating an asset. You're building an asset, and this asset is called a news site or a news blog. Now, everybody knows that news blogs get indexed very quickly. News sites get indexed very quickly in the search engines, because the search engines like coming back to them. They know they're updated on a regular basis, so they continue to come in spite of these sites. And this is why a lot of people make most of their money by simply advertising on news type of websites and blogs. Well, as an underground traffic blueprint customer, you're going to learn to do one better than that. Instead of trying to advertise on these news sites and these news blogs, we're going to show you how to build your own news site and leverage the heck out of it, and put your ads anywhere you want for free because you own the site. And like I was saying, news blogs are one of the most profitable types of blogs that are out there right now. And entrepreneurs and webmasters that are pretty much doing this on a full-time basis, they look at news blogs for a good starting point, I should say, because you never ever run out of content. And this is why so many newbies and people who aren't really looking forward to writing, they get started with news blogs and accidentally create a monster. And I say accidentally because it is so easy to get traffic to, and they're so easy to get targeted visitors to. And then these people realize at the end of making these things that they can sell them, and that's a whole other topic. But that's why this is an asset. Building a news blog or a news site isn't just a one-time hit and forget it type of thing. You're going to be building something here, and even beyond the traffic, you're going to be left with something that's worth a lot more than what you put into it. So the next question everyone asks is how much traffic. We've heard that news sites are one of the underground secrets, and I'll tell you that it's the ace in the hole for some of the most elite internet marketers. The difference between you and them is they have teams of people creating news sites, as opposed to just creating one. But let's take a look at an example of one gentleman's results, one of our clients. The potential traffic here. Look at these. These are the results for a 3-year period using one news site like we're going to show you how to build. The green are page loads, the blue are unique visitors, obviously, and the orange are returning visitors. 873,000 unique visitors the first year. Not too bad. 1,699,000 unique visitors the second year. 3,230,000 unique visitors the third year. Insane. And then you look at returning visitors. These are people coming back after the first click. There's 1,660,000 2,000 returning visitors, not even counting the 4 million page loads. So that is a lot of traffic to be generated for free. And that's what the potential here is for you. Okay, so here we are in Excel. The first thing you're going to need to do is open up an Excel sheet, and this is where you're going to keep your data. And you're just going to create some column headings, starting with URL, sex, age, kids, browsing location, and education. First step we're going to do is find the target market's demographics. The overall point of this initial step is we're trying to create a newsworthy type of blog or news site for any product that you choose. Because a lot of people can come up, anybody can create a news site, but how do you target this site to make it fit for the product that you are marketing, whether it's an affiliate product, let's say a diet product, or a exercise product, or a debt consolidation product, or whatever it is, teeth whitening product. You have to make sure that it fits. So the very first step is to set up this Excel sheet like you have here. Now, to find your target customer, the first thing you want to do is find the most relevant websites that are in your niche. So let's take a look here. We're at Google. What I'll do is, let's just say, for example, we have a diet product that we're trying to market. What we need to do is come into Google and just type in, let's say, diet. And we're looking for the top sites that come up. We have diet.com. What you'll do is you'll take these URLs and we're going to put these in our spreadsheet here. So there's diet.com. Let's see what else we have here. WebMD. This is a sub site. We look for a site that's directly targeted to your site. In other words, we wouldn't want about.com /diet. We'd much rather have something like diet.com, free online diet plans. Let's take that one. And let's take southbeachdiet.com. And we put those in like that. By the way, if you don't have Excel, don't worry about it. Just open up Notepad and do the same thing. You'll just, except instead of going across, you'll say you'll paste it in there, and then you can put all the stats below it and separate everything by a line, and then do the next one, and so on. So all in this section here would be the figures like we have here. It would be sex, age, kids. So you would just put URL, sex, and so on like that. Just the important thing is to stay organized. So now it's time to fill in the rest of this information here. The sex, age, kid, how many kids, whether they have them or not, where they're looking at it from, and their education. And the way we're going to do that is by going to a site called Alexa. And you've probably already heard of Alexa, and if not, it's basically a site that provides all kinds of demographical information, user information, and just general information about websites across the internet, and it ranks them, and it's called an Alexa ranking. Now, to collect the demographical information, you have to remember when doing this, Alexa only gives you estimates. These are rough estimates, but they still act as a very good indicator of what the actual market figures are. So once you get to Alexa, you want to come up to the top here and click on Site Info. It's a tab right at the top, and you want to enter one of the website URLs that we located on when we did our Google search. So we'll come back over since we have this one highlighted already. Let's get South Beach Diet, and let's put that in here. Now what we'll see for South Beach Diet, you just want to press get the details. You see that it has an Alexa ranking of 31,000. In Alexa, it's saying that out of all the sites on the internet, this one is 31,000 on the list as far as the size. So that this gets a lot of traffic because there's millions and millions of sites on the internet. So now what we're interested in is the demographic statistics on this particular site. We want to know what type of people go to this site. Why? Because we have a diet product. Remember, this whole example is based on the fact that we have a hypothetical diet product, and we want to know how to leverage news content to get traffic. So we've gone ahead through Google, we've put in diet, and through that we found southbeach.com. We're going to take the southbeach.com, we put that in Alexa, and here we are. Alexa is showing us behind the curtains of what exactly the viewer who comes to the site looks like, who they are, and it says right here, based on the internet average, southbeachdiet.com is visited more frequently by females who are in the ages range of 55 to 64, and they receive some college education, and then you can click here to browse. So let's look at this, the complete demographics. And here we are. Here are the demographics. Ages. Now you look at each one of these, and they say the highest age right here is age 55 to 64. Relative to the general internet population, 55 to 64-year-olds are overrepresented at southbeach.com, meaning this is the majority. Okay? The majority here, the green, means female. The majority of these, let's see here, they're about split, with and without children. And they browse from home, and they have some college. And that's the makeup of this demographic. So we're going to go right in here, and we're going to fill this in for South Beach. Let's see. We're going to say female here. Age 55 to 64. Children, some. Let's just say yes, because they don't give you the figure. Browsing location, US. And there's a country, and the location is mostly home. I like to put the country in parentheses just so I know where they're from. And the education is some college. And you'll go ahead and go through this for each one of the sites on your URL list, whether you have 1 or 10. This will just give you an overview for your market. You know, so what I would do is I would go ahead with all of these just to see what's consistent and get a good snapshot of your marketplace. So you go back, and the next one would be diet.com. We'll get the details. Now, see, this is what I'm talking about. Diet.com. You have then the average age being 18 to 24-year-olds. See that? See the drastic difference? So this is why I would come here. You know, you can't assume just because one diet site is one way that the other is going to be that way. Now this one's female as well, so you know one thing for sure. We're definitely targeting females, and you may have already known that if you're in the diet industry, but this is an example. Perhaps you're in an industry that you're not so sure, like I don't know, teeth whitening or something. You may want to see, you know, is it mostly female? What are their ages? For kids, for this one, it says people without children. So most of these people who go to this site have no children, obviously because of the younger age. Browser location, browsing location, it looks like the general, it looks like home and school are leading the pack for this one. So we'll put home again for this. And education, no college leads the way for this one. Okay, so go ahead through and fill that out, and then we'll move on to the next step. The next step is less of a technical step and more of you just thinking. Now you're going to take your data that you've compiled here, and you should have a full sheet, and look at that, and look at the age and whether it's a male or female, whether they have kids and their education level. Not so important, but really the sex and the age, and whether they have kids or not. That you can really key into somebody there, and you really want to think now. You want to brainstorm for a minute. You can even open a notepad and basically go over in your head who or what what that target customer. So let's say 18 to 24-year-old girls. They're browsing the internet. What are they looking for? What are they interested in? What's something that's newsworthy? What topics are newsworthy that also captivate their interest? And I don't know about you, but from what I have seen when I'm checking out in the grocery store, anybody in those age groups, even the slightly older age group, as far as newsworthy items, it seems like they're all into celebrity gossip. So I would just come in here and say that's one thing, celebrity gossip, and you just put that in there. And the next you can say, fashion, and so on, and just go down the list. But starting with our celebrity gossip, our first brainstorm, let's see what we get from that. So we'll put that in Google, and let's see what comes up. We have celebritygossip.net, we have Perez Hilton, we have celebritygossip.com, all of which are staying on top of celebrity news and celebrity gossip. So let's go ahead and grab the perezhilton.com URL, and we're going to put that in Alexa as well and see what we get. As you can see here, this site is smoking. As a matter of fact, I would want you to go and look at this site if you're not familiar with it already, perezhilton.com. And this is an example of a site where a guy started out a blog. He started out with a blog posting nothing but pictures of celebrities and putting his comments on them, giving his feedback about them. And that blog for him turned into a monster of a machine, millions of dollars a year in advertising, and he, I believe, he's either partnered or cashed out of it. But it's just a great example of what you can do with one simple blog that's updated daily, and just do it in a news format. Anyway, if we come down here to the demographics, let's see here what the snapshot looks like. We'll see that the leading age is 18 to 24. So we come back to our sheet here, and it says 18 to 24 if we were using the diet.com. Let's see if they have children. It says has children. No. Okay, same thing. So the majority of them don't have children, and their browsing location appears to be from work this time, which is not a big deal. But you see that there is some overlap. There is some crossover, and that's what we were looking for. Because now that we know that the same demographic that we were looking for our diet industry is also interested in celebrity gossip. So this will give you a direction to go in, and you'll know exactly how to target that demographic audience. Okay, so we now know exactly who our target market is, and we've also found a news avenue that we can use to exploit them. We know that the target market for our hypothetical diet product are 18 to 24-year-olds with the majority, and we know that they don't have kids, and most of them browse from home, some from work. And the angle we're going to take to make a newsworthy site was going to be celebrity gossip, or some sort of celebrity site. And that's a lot that we've pulled just from that short time frame of looking behind the scenes at the data. In the next steps, we're going to start building the asset, start building the news machine. Like I said, it's so much easier to get traffic to a news site, a news-focused site, as opposed to a product or sales site. This is the way that you'll be able to reach your customers through the use of highly informative content that they find very captivating. You'll find that the average visitor stays on a site much longer than the internet average, because they're always being updated, and they're always, the people who are coming are readers. They're not really browsers. They come to get juicy information, a full story, your spin, your take. You could become the Ebert, like the movie review type of certain things, and this can be applied to anything. You could be a person who simply reviews different tennis equipment for playing tennis, and you just give your 2 cents about every new thing that comes out. Well, you're going to build an audience, and that audience is going to be hanging on to every review that you give because they want to hear what you have to say. They can't wait to see, what you're going to say next. It's one of the reasons that Charles Barkley is who he is. More people tune in to watch after the game to see what Charles Barkley is going to say on his, Inside the NBA show than they do to watch the actual game. People come in the fourth quarter, and that's strongly attributed to his opinionated personality. So that's the type of effect that you're going for if you're going to go that route of having a personality type of news blog or review blog, where you censor and provide information to the public. So we're going to be setting up the blog, and you don't have to get fancy. We're not, you can use blogspot.com if you want, wordpress.org, or you can just start a new blog, on a separate domain. And pretty much what you're going to do is give the blog its own look and feel. It's going to be very professional. We'll show you how to do that. We're not going to put any affiliate links left or right or anywhere else on the sides. Remember, the aim of this whole thing is to make sure that we provide content that really reaches to the prospect on a subliminal level. We don't want to be too pushy towards them. You don't want to try to say, well, click here, order this link now. It's more so you're giving great, valuable content, and because of the numbers and the volumes of traffic coming to the site, a certain percentage of those people are going to convert. And that's the beauty of this whole method, because when you own the website, you provide the news to your target visitors. So this gives you an absolutely huge opportunity to advertise in front of them in the most effective way. And you're not restricted as if you were, going through an ad network where you have to put your ad in the corner, or they say you have to put it here, make it a certain size. You own the site, so you do as you please with it. So even if you don't use this technique to create your own news technique, your own news site, at least you can target other sites using the same formula, and be very successful at it. So now that we've identified the product and the product that we're going to sell, we know exactly what we're selling at this point. If you don't, you would start with that. And you've identified a newsworthy subject matter. So let's say we have our diet pills is our product, and the newsworthy subject matter will be celebrity gossip. It's now time for us to start creating the actual blog, and the actual blog is going to be an essential part of the whole system, because there are a number of standards that need to be in place and inserted in order for it to fully succeed and actually do anything at all. So before we even touch on how to drive traffic to the blog, it's essential that we get the right combination of things right, so that the blog gets accepted into the publisher program that we're going to be talking about in the next section. So the step one at this point will be to come up with the name. First of all, you're going to have to come up with the name for this blog. If you don't currently have a different blog platform in mind, such as WordPress or anything like that, I strongly suggest setting up a Blogspot account over at www.blogspot.com. Let's go there now. So when you get here, after you fill in your initial data, you should be presented with the screen that you see in front of you. You have a chance here to name your blog. So pretty much pick a name that looks not too long. It looks pretty professional, on target with your niche, and make it brandable, because you're going to create a branding image for it. For this, I'll put in Daily Celebrity Juice, and this is the blog URL. This is important to check here. You see blog URL address? It'll be dailycelebrityjuice.blogspot.com, and it says check availability. You click that, and it says this blog address is available. Now this is the URL that visitors will be using to access your blog. If you want, and you have long-term plans for this blog in terms of selling it or building it into a bigger asset, I would suggest going to GoDaddy.com or Namecheap.com, buying the domain name, seeing if it's available, and then loading a WordPress blog onto it. I'm not going to show you how to do that here because it's pretty basic, and they show you how to do that in the actual control panel for your host. But if you at this point you should know how to buy a domain name and to go through the control panel to load WordPress. And if not, there's plenty of instructions online to do that. But this option is strictly if you don't want to do any of that. And there's plenty of blogs that will work using this exact method. Then go ahead and just go to Blogger and put your name in here. Then you're going to have to do the word verification and proceed to the next step. Now they say choose a starter template, and you see that they have 4 starter templates here. What Blogger has done is they've added the ability to customize templates. So let's just say we're going to go with this first one, simple. We use this one quite often. Click it and you continue. Now it says your blog has been created. We've just created a blog for you. You can start posting now or customize how your blog looks. So when you come in here, you'll see that it gives you the option of templates. You can browse through the templates that are already been created and look at all the changes that they've done on your behalf. See, these load pre-designed templates. Now say you wanted this template but you didn't want the books in the background, you can even change that. You just come down to background and you choose backgrounds that they have. So you have health and beauty, you like the water background, they'll give you the water background on the blog. So then when you see it, see it has that water back there. It's up to you. You know, you can use the default or you can go with just colors. For this case, for this type of blog, we already know that we want something girly. So let's come in here to background and let's go with let's see here. Here's a pinkish looking color. This almost looks like the Perez Hilton site. And we'll see if they have any backgrounds for that. Health and beauty, hobbies and craft, entertainment, and any of these would work. Let's just keep it the way we have it here. Let's see. Yeah, so we'll keep it. So we have the pink look here. Then you can come in and choose the layout. You know, do you want your blog post here, your followers over here, and you can flip that up to 2 side columns so that you have about you, blog articles, followers there, and you can pretty much do any post that you want. This one would be straight with nothing on the side. It's really convenient. Blogger didn't used to be this nice, and they really added a lot of things to it. So we're just going to go with the standard thing for our daily celebrity juice blog here. You can go and do your footer layout, how you want the footer to appear. You can have 3 items, 2 items, or 1 item. We're just going to keep the 2. You can adjust the width of the blog just by dragging these. For example, the entire blog now is a lot wider. And if you know you're going to be posting a lot of pictures, that's what you may want to do. And you can adjust and shrink the size of the size of the sidebar. You may make that a little bigger. There you go. Just remember, the larger you make this, the larger the main section probably needs to be. And then in the advanced section, I mean, you can get as fancy as you want. The page text, you know, what style font you want, the color. You have backgrounds here, like I explained earlier. The color of your links. Post titles, you know, the font for those, for images, backgrounds. So you see, and then you can add CSS. You just paste it in there if you're familiar with CSS and web programming, web HTML. You'll find that very handy as well. When you're done, just click Apply to Blog here at the top, and your changes will be applied. You can always click View Blog to take a look at it. Very simple, and that's what we're starting with. Now what you want to do is just come in and we're going to really gut this thing and take the sections out that we don't need. So we're going to go back to Blogger through that link, and you'll see your page layout here. Now some of the sections you probably won't be needing, like About Me here or Followers. We'll just go through. So just click on, let's see here, click on the actual About Me, and you want to click Edit. Now when you're in Edit here, you can just go and click your profile right here, Show on this blog. When you do that and you click Save, put the name of the blog, Celebrity, what did we say it was? Celebrity Juice, or Daily Celebrity Juice. Let's see. We're going to click Save. And the About Me should be gone when you look at your section there. And there you go. Another way to do that is when you do click the Edit section here, make sure you say, here's the profile. Your profile will not be shared or will be shared, but you can just simply click Remove as well. Are you sure you want to remove this page element from your page? Say OK, and that element is gone completely. And you can always bring that back now with different gadgets. So we want to do the same thing with the followers. We're just going to remove the followers from the blog. So now that's all that's left is the blog archive, and that's what you want. And you can add gadgets here at the bottom if you need, but this should be enough for you to get started and get the we're going to start with a basic blog. Your blog is mostly about the content. You're making it all about the content, and as your content gets added, we'll go ahead and do the advertising. The next step is to give it a professional look, and that starts with a professional logo. So to edit this logo, we're going to go to Photoshop again, and here I have an image that I found in Google of the mouth eating the juice of the berry to fit our name, Daily Celebrity Juice. Refer to the previous video in our other module that you just finished up if you want to refresh on how to use the Photoshop or the GIMP software. But pretty much I just typed the name in here and put it next to the picture, and this right here will set your blog apart. And you can get as fancy as you want. I just kept it pretty basic, but this really gives it a professional look and makes it look like a professional blog, which it will be because we'll have tons of great content. So to do that, you just come here, you see our Daily Celebrity Juice header. We want to go ahead and click Edit the header, and then you'll come in and you'll click Load the picture. I already have this one loaded, so once you load it, you see it there. You want to click instead of the title description because you want that to be the only thing to be seen. There's your blog title, and then you just click Save. After clicking Save, your changes will be updated. Then you can view the blog, and your picture should be uploaded, and your blog should have a professional look. As so. There you go. Now we're competing with the big boys. So you'll have your archives over here. You'll have content here. You have a professional blog logo here, and you're pretty much ready to roll. You don't even have to get this fancy. If you just want to retype the name and make it bold, or use some a different script that you have, a different text font that you have, and then just save it as an image file in Photoshop or Paint or GIMP, even that will set you apart from the standard text type in the blog itself. Now this picture, I should say, was used from a Shutterstock. It was just an example. If you're going to do this for your own blog, it's very worth the $1 to spend to get the image so that you can remove these watermarks here. They put they put these there so obviously that you can't steal the picture. So we're using this for demonstration purposes, but if you're going to do your own blog, make sure that you buy the image or get a royalty-free image that you can use. Now you'll notice right now the blog looks naked. Aside from your logo, what you're going to do next is pretty much fill up the blog. You're going to fill it up with content, because right now you have no posts, you don't have anything there. So it's at this time where you have to create some quality content. And this will be the most time that you spend in this whole process, and rightfully so. And you should take your time with it, and it's not going to take too long. But when you look at the traffic that's at stake here, it's very much worth your time. Now, the guys that I tell you about that are doing this on a large scale, obviously, they're outsourcing some content to be updated. But it doesn't have to be the type of content that you're thinking. It doesn't have to be your average 500, 600 word article. These can be updates as pictures. You can put a picture there and simply update. If you're talking about celebrity gossip and you see Donald Trump's in the news, you could put a picture of Donald's hair messing up and give your comments there. And then you can, I'm going to show you how to find the content coming up next. The point is that you always want to be thinking, how can I ramp this thing up? How can I take it to the next level? And once you do it once you follow through this process once, and you see the staggering amount of traffic that you get, you're going to want to set this aside, have it outsourced, and have it constantly flowing to whichever site that you need the traffic to be instantly sent to. Now, you will have to mix in some articles. The articles will have to be good content. These articles are what the blog is going to be reviewed about. So in the coming up section, they're going to either make or break you. And it's important that these articles are of the utmost quality. The point is that you don't have to have tons and tons of blogs and tons of articles on the blog initially. You need enough in there to show that it's updated consistently and that the site is of value. Next, in the next section, we're also going to talk about driving the insane amount of traffic to the blog. So it's important that your blog looks like it's been around for a short while, not that it was made overnight. So there's all kind of scripts and things that you can use for that, but you want to make it look like you have a good two on the short end, 2 months of content to 6 months of content. That might be overboard, but like I said, it doesn't have to be all articles. You may take 10 articles and space them out in between pictures and video posts and things like that. But you just want to look like the blog has been very active. At very least, you want to show that it's been posting consistently daily or weekly for a month. And that way the blog will look as if it's filled up. It'll have some archived data, archived articles, and it'll get you approved. Now, so you can also go into the post editor and just simply change the dates and the times of the post, and that's what we do, and that's what a lot of the big guys do. When they have their teams outsource these, they just stagger the posts so it looks like that each of them have about 6 days apart. So that's not going to take you much to fill up a site and backdate it for 30 days or 2 months, 3 months, or all the way up to 6 months if you like, just to heighten your chances of getting the blog accepted into the news aggregators that we're going to be talking about. So this is an example of one that's not filled up. We're going to look at an example of some other blogs that are out there that have been filled up. This one is clubfanzine.com. This World Cup is this year, and soccer, the whole world is soccer crazy, or football crazy, depending on where you are when you're listening to this. Same thing. But they're all, blogs like this are all over, and they're getting lots and lots of traffic. Another one that comes to mind, let's see. Another famous soccer blog is Gooner Talk, and you'll see here it's nothing special. They use the same setup. They have their own hosting, but pretty much the plain background, a different logo, and every day there's a post. Short post here about what's going on in the world of soccer, and they're talking about the Nike commercial here. How I think this is after Switzerland just won. And there's things that are being updated on this constantly, and this is one of the things that you might want to do. You might want to add comments about apparel. You may want to add comments about what's going on in the industry. So if we go back to our celebrity blog here, you can just visualize this being filled up with stuff about I don't know, Angelina Jolie and things like that. And you'll see, go to Perez Hilton's site to get examples for that. But it's not much more that you have to to add once you put that stuff in there. Now, where are you getting this traffic? I'm sorry, where are you getting this content from? Let's go into that a little. The first place to look is the actual search engines. You want to come to Google. These are the 10 best ways, the 10 information sources that the pros use to find what's hot in any industry or in any niche. You can use these to build your news blog. So you want to start off with the search engine. So if you go to Google and you put the plus sign and you put the word blog, let's do this here. So let's say celebrity. And then we get, the celebrity blog like we found before, the Perez Hilton's and things like that. So just by staying on top of these blogs, I mean, Perez alone, you'll be able to see. Well, we're not going to get the. My computer's running a little slow here. You'll see all of these here, and this is pages and pages and pages of celebrity blogs. It's not hard for you to go in and have a celebrity blog like this one and fill it up with relevant, new, hot, cutting edge, happening right now content that's from these, but because you're monitoring the blogs. You can use this. This is called repurposing the content, and you can use this method alone, and you'll be able to have your blog packed, and the search engines will be coming back, and it's very easy to comment on those blogs. And remember, this is an asset you're building. This is something that's targeted to that demographic that we started with. So as you build and you add and have this thing building on autopilot, you're just building that over time, and you're increasing the value of that ad space. Eventually, you may even want to sell your own ad space on the news blog, but that's another system. But for now, grab the top articles from blogs. You also may